Success is something that comes to you, not something you run after. Success is like a person looking for a good place to live. So instead of chasing it, you work on yourself. You grow as a person. The big question to ask at your job is not, what am I getting? The big question to ask at your job is, what am I becoming? The real question is not, how much am I getting paid here? The real question is, who am I becoming here? Because true happiness does not come from what you get. Happiness comes from who you become. There are many things that can ruin your chances of doing well. We live in a dangerous world. So you have to be not only smart, but also careful. Take full responsibility for everything that happens to you. Taking full responsibility is one of the highest signs of human maturity. The day you accept full responsibility for your life is the day you move from being a child to being an adult. And one more thing, learn to enjoy your results in the fall without making excuses. Be happy without apology if you do well, and do not complain if you do not. I used to blame taxes. I would say, look at how little money they leave you after taking so much, and they still expect you to do well. I used to blame the weather. I blamed the traffic. I used to blame my car. I blamed the people who made the car. I used to blame my company. I blamed company rules. I used to blame the training program. I used to blame the economy. I blamed the neighborhood I lived in. That is a pretty long list of reasons for not doing well, right? I thought it was a good list too. I used to blame everything around me, but then someone shared a simple idea with me that changed my life. Write this down. Here it is. It is not what happens to you, but what you do about it that changes everything. It is not the events in your life, it is how you respond to them. Someone might say, but you do not understand the pain and disappointments I have been through. Come on, everyone has been through hard times. Disappointments are not special gifts only given to poor people. Everyone faces them. The difference is what you do when they happen. It is not the weather. I used to blame the weather, but then I noticed that it also rains on rich people. The most important key to a better future is you. I used to wonder why two people could work at the same company, and one would earn twice as much as the other. That used to confuse me. They might be the same age, graduated from the same school, live in the same area, work for the same company, selling the same products and services. They deal with the same traffic, the same problems, yet one earns $1,000 a month and the other earns $2,000 a month. That was the question that puzzled me. Why would everything on that list be the same, yet one person earns twice as much? I asked myself, what is the difference between earning $1,000 a month and $2,000 a month? What makes someone do twice as well, or even 3 times as well? I am talking specifically about money here because I know there are many ways to measure success. But in this one area, how much you earn, what makes the difference? Since you cannot get more time, no one can, what else could you get more of that would change your results? Here is the key word. Write it down. The word is value. You cannot get more time, but you can create more value. Here is the first lesson of money that everyone should learn from the time they are old enough to understand what a dollar means, how to earn one, how to get one, how to keep one, and what to do with it. Lesson 1 of money. We are mostly paid for the value we bring. That is how you get paid. You are not paid for your time. Yes, it takes time to bring value, but you are paid for the value, not the time. So, is it possible to become twice as valuable and earn twice as much money in the same amount of time? Could you become 3 times as valuable and earn 3 times as much? Is that possible? The answer is yes. If, and life always has an if, it is possible to do much better if you focus mainly on working on yourself. For the past 24 years, people have asked me, how do you build an above-average income? And the answer is simple. Become an above-average person. Develop an above-average handshake. Some people want to be successful but will not even work on something as simple as their handshake. They ignore it. They do not understand how important the small things are. Develop an above-average smile. Develop above-average energy and excitement. Develop an above-average interest in other people. Develop an above-average drive to win. That will change everything. One of the most frustrating things in life is looking for an above-average job with above-average pay without first becoming an above-average person. That is called frustration. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If anyone had asked me at age 25, "Are you a hard worker?" I would have said, "Yes, I am a hard worker. Look at my record. I work as hard as anyone." And that was true. I was a hard worker, but that was also my problem. I was working hard on my job, but I was not working hard on myself. That was the reason I was not making progress. If someone hands you $1 million, you had better quickly become a millionaire in your mindset so you can keep it. Otherwise, that money will disappear. Someone once said, "If you took all the money in the world and divided it equally among everyone, it would soon find its way back into the same pockets as before." That is incredible but true. Some people look for more money but look in the wrong direction. A person says, "I need more money. I am going to pressure my boss." Well, bosses are not known for generously tripling someone's pay out of excitement. They do not behave that way, so that is not where your focus should be. Some people say, "I will go on strike to demand more." Well, good luck with that. The problem with that approach is that once you start it, it never ends. You will always have to demand more. And let me tell you, what you get by demanding is very little, barely enough. And then inflation beats even that. A person demands a 10% raise, but inflation goes up 12%. Now they are behind by 2%. It never ends. So demanding more is not the key to success. Maybe it helps you survive, but it will not make you successful. It is not what you get by tricks. It is not what you get by demands. It is what you get by performance that truly counts. For things to change for you, you have to change. Life and business are like the changing seasons. One of the best ways to describe life is this: it is like the seasons. You cannot change the seasons, but you can change yourself. Here are the 4 major lessons in life to learn. Number 1, learn how to handle the winters. That is the first lesson. Winter always comes right after fall, every single year without fail. Some winters are long, some are short, some are hard, some are easy, but they keep coming. You must learn to handle the nights. They always come after the days. You must learn to handle difficulty. It always comes after opportunity. You must learn to handle hard times. They always follow good times. That is how it has been for thousands of years. It will not change. So the lesson you must learn is how to handle it. There are all kinds of winters. The winter when you cannot figure out what to do. The winter when everything falls apart. The winter when your business fails. The winter when nothing works. When you run out of money and your heart is broken. Those are winter times. There are economic winters, social winters, and personal winters. When your heart feels broken into 1,000 pieces, the nights feel extra long, and even your prayers feel like they are not reaching anyone. That is winter time. But disappointments are normal. They are part of life. The real question is, how do you handle them? How do you face the coming winters, the disappointments, and the hard times? You cannot get rid of January by tearing it off the calendar. But here's what you can do. You can get stronger, you can get wiser, you can get better. The winters will not change, but you can. And that is how your life changes. Do not wish for fewer problems. Wish for more skills. Do not wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. That is the key. So that is lesson 1. Learn how to handle the winters. Here is lesson 2. Learn how to take advantage of spring. Spring means opportunity, and spring always follows winter. What a great place for it, right after the hard times. If you were going to choose when opportunity should arrive, would you not want it right after the difficult season? And how often does spring follow winter? Every single year, without fail, for thousands of years. You can almost count on it. Opportunity always comes. Days always follow nights. Is that not great? But here is what you must learn to do. Underline these 2 words. Take advantage. You must learn to take advantage of the spring. Just because spring arrives does not mean you will have a good harvest in the fall. You have to do something with it. In fact, you need to get good at one of 2 things in life, either planting in the spring or begging in the fall. Or you can find someone to do it for you, but those are really your only choices. Here is something else you must do. Take advantage of the spring quickly, because there are only a few springs in your lifetime. Life is short. So read every book you can about what to do with your opportunities while they are here, and take advantage of them because they do not last forever. Lesson 3, learn how to protect your crops all summer. You have to take care of what you start. As soon as you plant your garden in the spring, the bugs and the weeds are already working to destroy it. They will take it away from you if you do not protect it. You must learn to stop the things that try to steal the good you have started. This is one of life's great challenges. All good things must be protected. Political values, social values, community values, family values, marriages, friendships, businesses, every garden must be cared for all summer long. The fourth and final major lesson in life, learn how to enjoy your harvest in the fall without complaint. This is what separates people. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do about it. So here is one of the most important questions of tonight. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that will change the direction of your life? That is a great question. What are you going to do starting tomorrow that will make a difference? Because if you do not do something different starting tomorrow, everything will stay the same. And that means you can already guess what the next 5 years will look like. Just look at the last 5 years. The next 5 will be just like the last 5. Unless you make a change. A big change or a small change or any change or no change. It is your choice. You can do whatever you want, but it is good to know that on any day you choose, you can begin to change your whole life. So, what are you going to do starting tomorrow that will make a difference? That is the question.